Hi, and welcome to the Facebook Marketing Bootcamp. Really delighted to have you here. Now, before we set up our Facebook advertising campaigns, let's just step back a bit and understand why are we here. In fact, why are you watching a Facebook Marketing Bootcamp? That's because you want a return on your ad investments, right? Let's face it, you and I are not a Coke or a Pepsi or a Microsoft who can afford to spend millions of dollars on just building brand engagement, on just having lots of fans and followers who don't buy our products or our services. When we advertise, we want a payback, we want a return on investment. And that's what we'll be learning how to do that in the webinars that follow. Now, you've got to understand that Facebook marketing is a subset of PPC or pay-per-click marketing, which also includes Google AdWords, LinkedIn, and these are the three large platforms. It's called pay-per-click marketing because you only pay the platform when somebody performs an action on their platform, which leads to a like, a click, a share, or when they move from that platform to your site. So Facebook marketing is a part of PPC and probably one of the most important parts of pay-per-click marketing because it's relatively inexpensive, it's great for small business, and it has very targeted ways to reach out to your user audience. Now, before we get into Facebook marketing, I want to share a concept with you, and that is of a sales funnel. Keep in mind that all marketing, all sales follow this funnel, offline or online. Nobody's going to buy from you straight away unless they're aware about you, like you, and trust you, right? Likewise, in the online space, especially when it comes to Facebook marketing, keep in mind that the average person goes to Facebook for entertainment. They want to see posts from their friends, their families, vacation pictures, a video of some antics by a cute kitten, and so on. They're not looking for services or products to buy. They're not looking for solutions to their pain points or to their problems, and therefore pitching a product to them is counterproductive. Facebook should be used to nurture a lead. And if you were to look at this funnel and decide in your eagerness to move straight away from awareness, which is using Facebook ads, to trying to get a sale, it will never happen. Facebook leads, like any leads in PPC marketing, have to move through the funnel from being aware of your product through the marketing activities like Facebook marketing, LinkedIn, and Google AdWords. Then they become leads. They become leads by coming onto your landing pages, squeeze pages, or your website pages. They're called squeeze pages basically because in exchange for some value that you give, you're squeezing out their email address, because you can only start the next step of nurturing that lead if you have their email address to write to them. So they become a lead at this stage. Then they become a prospect because you start an email follow-up series where you are warming them up to like you, to trust you, and you give a lot of value in advance of asking for a sale. So the sale part really happens at the bottom end of the funnel. And when you start thinking about your sales, start by first looking at what is your top end of the funnel going to look like and how are you going to nurture the lead. Remember that to get customers, forget about loyal customers, to get any customers, you've got to think about a funnel. So for example, in my case, I have a funnel. I'm buying Facebook ads. My ads hit a landing page where they sign up for a free webinar. In the webinar, I give a lot of valuable information and then pitch my online digital course in the end for people who are interested, and a small subset of them buy the course. And when they buy the course, because my cost per acquisition of each lead who was watching my webinar is low and the cost of the course is high, I make money at the end of the funnel. Now, as long as your return on investment is positive, this funnel works really well, and it's going to be my aim to ensure that you develop a funnel for your business and your funnel is very, very positive in terms of return on investment. In terms of ROI, it's quite normal for marketing funnels to have a ROI of 2 or 3x, which means for every dollar that you put into the funnel in terms of advertising cost, you will get 2x or 2 times the return or 3 times that return at the bottom end of the funnel. The only caveat is that it's impossible to predict in advance what that return will be, because two variables, unknown variables, are the product that you are selling and the audience that you are targeting. Do they want to buy? Do they have the capability to buy? And at what price will they want to buy your product? Now, keeping all this background in mind, let's jump into Facebook marketing. Now, I'm sure you have your own Facebook personal profile. Almost all of us do. But few people use it for advertising. And that's really the focus of our webinars, how to use Facebook for advertising. So let's log in and set up a Facebook page. You've got to have a Facebook page to be able to do any form of advertising on Facebook. So that's really the starting point. So I'm going to log in. You log in, and this is my Facebook account. Keep in mind that you create your Facebook pages through your personal Facebook account. So all the pages that you create, 1, 2, 3, or as many as you want, will all be linked to your personal account because you'll be the admin of the account. Now, there are two ways to create a Facebook page. One is by clicking this link here, and the other is by clicking this link here. Note that Facebook has this very frustrating habit of changing the user interface every couple of months. And sometime down the line, if you come back and watch this video, the user interface may have changed. But at the time of this recording, I'm going to come down here, click on this link which says Facebook page. Now, Facebook gives me 6 ways in which I can create a page depending on the kind of business or service that I offer. If you have a local business like a bakery, then you could set up a page for a local business or place. If you have a company, then obviously this is the kind of page you want to set up. You could set it up for a brand. In my case, I wanted to set it up as a page for myself as a public figure, so I selected this option. You can set it up if you are an entertainment brand, or maybe it's a project, a cause, or a community. For the purposes of this walkthrough, I'm going to select brand. Let me click it. And now I'm going to choose the category of page that I want to set up. So let's open this and look at the options here. There are lots of options here. And let's assume that I want to set up, let's see. Cooking. I want to set up a Facebook page on a brand which has got something to do with the area of cooking. So now's the time to enter the name of the brand. Remember that you can change this name later if you want to. I'm going to call this Bob's Cooking Classes, right? And I'm going to remove this. Click Get Started. Now the framework of your page has been set up by Facebook. Now is the time for you to do all the hard work and customize it to your requirements. There are certain big areas that you have to start focusing on, and they are setting up the picture here, which is your profile picture. Then you've got to add a cover image. Next, we will add in a button or a call to action, and then fill up some details about the page. This page is the foundation of all your advertising efforts, so you have to spend some time in crafting this carefully. Now let's come to the picture. When you come to the profile picture, there is some strategy here. You've got to think about, do you want a picture which reflects Bob's cooking classes or a picture about Bob? These are two very different things, and it depends on what is important for you. If the cooking classes are important, then a logo unit is the right option. If you want to build the brand around Bob the chef, then a picture of Bob is the right option. Let me assume in this case that I am interested in cooking classes as an option, and I want to build the brand rather than the person as a brand. It's now time to create your profile picture. So a question that you may have is, what are the dimensions of the profile picture that you need to add? To answer that, let's go to Google and type in Facebook page picture size and enter. You'll see that the dimensions are 170 by 170 pixels. And to create an image of exactly that size, come to a site called Canva. this is a free service, or actually it's a freemium service, but the amount of stuff they offer in the free option is so good that you normally don't need to upgrade. Now remember, you have to create a profile picture of 170 by 170 pixels. So I'm going to come here. This is the home page for Canva. I've set up my account, so you need to set up your account. Come to custom dimensions and type in 170 by 170. All right, so the grid has formed, and now it's time to put in your picture. You can play around with Canva, and I encourage you to do that to ensure that you have a very interesting picture, not only for the profile picture, but even for the cover image, which follows in just a bit. And now it's time to upload your image. Now, at the moment, I don't have anything to do which has anything to do with cooking. So I'm going to download an image which reflects cooking classes. A great free resource is a site called Pexels, pexels.com. So I'm coming to Pexels, and so let me show you a sample of the kind of images at Pexel. They're absolutely stunning, really beautiful, and they're royalty free, and you can use them without asking for any permissions. So let me type in cooking and see what comes up for cooking classes. There are quite a few very interesting images. I like this one, and I am going to, no, this is too bare. This is good. And I'm going to download this image. So you do not press this button. Come here and download a medium image size. This is now downloading to my desktop. That's great. Let me come back here and upload my own images, which is this one. No, it's this one. Let Canva do its magic. The image is uploaded, and now I just click and drag. Voila, I have a personal profile image for my Facebook page. Click download. And Bob's pick. It's done. Come here. Now it's time to add the picture. So I'm going to upload. And let's see, where is that image? Here it is. Uploading. Right, so step one done. You have an interesting picture which talks to Bob's cooking classes. So there is some level of synergy between the headline, or the page title, the page title and the image. The next step is to add a cover image. Now, once again, we will go back to Canva, because Canva has some very nice, well laid out designs. And then there is a strategy which we will follow, which will link the cover image with the call to action button. I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's go back here. Come back. So you come back to Canva. On the Canva home page, click more. Or since I already have Facebook cover mentioned here, let me click this. If you don't see Facebook cover in the list of frequently used designs, click this button, more. Scroll down. You will come to social media and email headers, and Facebook cover will be here. So I'm going to click Facebook cover. This is the grid. Now Facebook will give you lots of options to use. Some are free, some are not. But what I want to do is upload my own design. So let me go back to Pexels and search for a design that looks good. This is interesting, and I'll explain why in a minute. going to download this, download it, sorry, and I need to come back here, upload that particular picture. Click here. Now, as you can see, the reason why I like this image was it's given me some form of background on which I can write something and yet has a certain kitchen feel to it. You know, a wooden table, a hint of some veggies, a kitchen knife. So I'm now going to add some text here and change this font size to something more relevant. So let's call it, oops, sorry. Increase the font size. That is too big. Change the color, maybe something a little darker, and against a brown background, would red look good? Maybe not. Yeah, blue tends to stand out. So also what I can do is I can darken the background. So I'm clicking the image and applying a filter by reducing the brightness a little bit. Now with a slightly dark background, coming back here, and I'm changing this to white so that it really stands out. Right. Next, I'm adding a subheading here which says sign up below. Let's make this also white because it will stand out. And now what I need is, let's just put a exclamation mark, call to action. And we need an arrow. So we're going to add in a little arrow here. Use something which is a little more in your face. Perfect. Now it's time to download this. And now let's upload it to our page. Now, as you can see, this arrow is slightly off center. I would have preferred it to be here. So I'm just going to go back. Also make this white. Make it a bit smaller. And let me in fact, let's see what this looks like. Yes, this is likely to look good because I need the arrow under the double S. So somewhere here. Download this, save it. Let's go back here, cancel, add cover. Let's upload the second version. Perfect. So now you can see, I'm going to save this. You can see that I have an image, a cover image with some good branding and a call to action, sign up below, and an arrow here which leads the eye to the sign up button. Now that you've got your cover image in place, it's time to take a look at this button. So I'm going to add a button, and there are a couple of things you can do with this button. It's a very important tool that you must use. Now, depending on the kind of business you have, if you are in the services business, you can book appointments, you can have people get in touch with you, and there are many ways to do that. Now, for example, if our friend has cooking classes, he may want people to sign up for the cooking classes. So I'm going to press that here, that little link, and Of course, you would mention your website here instead of google.com, and you can add this button. And the site is starting to take shape. So Bob's Cooking Classes, sign up below. When they click this, they will be taken to the website, to your website, or to, in fact, in this case, to Bob's Cooking Classes website. Now the next thing that you have to do is to click this little button which has these 3 dots and edit your page information. This is a not so sexy, not so glamorous part of building your Facebook page, but probably the most important, because it is the only opportunity you have to SEOize your page or to have it optimized for search engine optimization. So let's go through all of these options one by one. First is you can keep the name of your page or change it. This is the place to change it if you want to change it. Add in additional categories. Now by adding in categories, it makes it easier for people to search for your page. Description is where you write a paragraph or 2 about what your page is about your business. And now is the time to bring in keywords into your text description. Keywords which are relevant for your business. Now, in case you're wondering what is a keyword is a phrase or a word that your audience is searching for or using in the Google search bar when they're searching for information. Let's take a specific example, and I'm going to go ahead and move to Google for that. Click this result, keyword research and strategy with keyword planner. Now you may have to set up your Google AdWords account if you don't have one, and it's free and you can set it up in a couple of minutes. But if you have one, sign into it. Now ignore all of what you see when you sign in and come to Tools, Keyword Planner, and you will come to a page like this. Once again, ignore everything here and come to this tab which says search for new keywords using a phrase, website or category. And I want you to now enter that keyword you think your audience searches for. So for example, for Bob, cooking classes is what he's interested in. So cooking classes. So this is cooking classes as a keyword phrase, and he's obviously targeting India. You could even make it even more granular and target a city. Now, for example, if Bob's Cooking Classes is targeting only New Delhi, then you could change it to New Delhi or to any city for that matter, and then click Get Ideas. Always remember that once the results show up, you must see the Keyword Ideas tab, not the Ad Group Ideas. They're not relevant for us. Come to Keyword Ideas, scroll down and sort whatever you see in descending order in terms of highest searches first. So you'll find, for example, for cooking recipes, they are between 10,000 to 100,000 searches a month. And these are the phrases that people are searching for. So these are the keywords, and some of these keywords should be in your page description because that's what people are searching for. Culinary art, for example, cookery courses. So pick up some of these keywords, and you can also click download. If you click download, all the keywords that you saw there are 701 of them, will be downloaded as an Excel file on your computer, and then you can pick up some of the keywords which appeal to you. Come back here, create a paragraph or two about, or write a description about your business, and add those keywords here to make your page super optimized for search engine optimization, right? Obviously add in your website if you have one. I'm going to click the see all information because it opens up a much larger page, and I would like you to spend a lot of time filling up each of these areas. They're very important in making sure your page looks professional, and there are various ways, multiple ways for people to contact you. Also spend time in writing your story. What is your business about? What is your brand about? Why did you create it? People love reading stories, and there's a chance of emotional connect with your brand if you spend time writing the story. Plus, there is the added bonus benefit of greater SEO if you can bring in keywords. Let's now take a look at all the tabs in the nav bar here on the top. So when you click page, you obviously come to the page that you have just created. When you click messages, if anybody has messaged you using Facebook Messenger, all the messages will show up here. Notifications are any notifications like likes, clicks, shares and comments, they will show up here. And there's normally a red icon which will tell you that you have a notification for your page. When you start getting data about your page, about how many people are coming there, liking it, clicking it, where are they coming from, their gender, background, etc., this page will start populating, and it gives you rich insights about who your audience is and how you can connect with them. You can come to publishing tools and create all kinds of things, images, posts. You can even do live video, and I encourage you to do that. I'll talk about this in just a minute. In settings, let's see what are the options we have. There once again lots of options here. So at the moment the page is published, which means it's visible. If you're making a lot of changes and you don't want your page to be visible for a couple of hours while you're making changes, just click it, go to page unpublished and save, and now only you can see it. And it'll ask you, why do you want to unpublish? And I'm saying I want to unpublish because the page isn't finished yet. So now only I can see it and I can continue making changes. Then you have various other things which you should think about. Can anyone publish to the page? Can anyone add photos? And there are lots of options, so go through each one of them. So that's in the general section. Then regarding messaging, we spoke about earlier. Do you want people to message you or not? And so on and so forth. So fill up all of this. To get a well filled out page data at the back end. Now, when it comes to writing posts for your page, Facebook has evolved a great deal and gives you more options than you would possibly know what to do with. So you can start with the basics, and that's what I encourage first. Write a post, a text-based post, and attach some images with it, or maybe a video. Video is becoming very big. In fact, Facebook video is becoming bigger than YouTube for many categories. Ignore advertise your business. We will talk about advertising your business later. Never ever click this link and advertise your business through this method. The best way of advertising is through the Power Editor. Now, I would like you to think about using live video, because live video is extremely powerful and Facebook is giving a lot of strong push to people who are using live video, which means that your live video will be seen by a larger number of people. The organic reach will be higher than for normal posts. Plus, there are a couple of other things that you can do. So go around, experiment with each of these options and see what is relevant for you when. There may be some times when you want to create an event or create an offer, and there are very nice ways that Facebook has created for you to do all of that. Now, I want to share a concept which you call organic and inorganic reach and why it's important. Organic reach means that when you post on Facebook, it will automatically reach a certain percentage of your followers, of your fans, without advertising. And inorganic is basically paid reach. Now, in the good old days, it was possible to get an organic reach of 20-30%. But today, the organic reach has fallen to 2%, which means that if your page has 100 fans and you post, your post will be seen by a maximum of 2 people, unless you advertise. And the background to this is that Facebook wants you to spend money. Facebook is a business after all. And since you are not paying Facebook for anything, apart from advertising, it will use every means in its book to get you as a business person to advertise on their platform. So organic reach has dropped, and there is one way by which, without spending advertising dollars, you can increase your organic reach. And I'm going to show you that. Now let's come to this section here which says like, follow, share. I want you to focus on this button called follow. What you have to do is get your fans to click this, open this up, and change the setting from default to see first, and ensure that the notification setting is on. Now what this will do once they do that is that whenever they come to their Facebook newsfeed, your post will appear in the newsfeed first, because they have set up a setting called see first. Normally in the default situation it doesn't happen, but if they've set this up, and if you've asked them to and they've set it up, they will always see your post first, and that's a surefire way of building brand engagement. So I'd like you to do that. A pushback that you may have is, Vikram, how do I do that? How do I get people to follow these instructions? Write a post or even create a video which shows them exactly how to do that or take those steps. Let me show you a sample of what I have done. So I have a page called Vikram Anand, which is a page about myself because I'm advertising from this page. And when people come here, the first step that I have done is ensure that my cover image has a call to action which says, do you want a good job? Sign up for a free webinar. They click this button and they sign up. And you'll be surprised that I get quite a few sign-ups without spending advertising money from people who just land up on my page. Let this open up. Now, this is the post that I'm talking about. I have created an instructional video which tells them what they need to do to ensure that they get my posts and see it first in the newsfeed when they open their Facebook profile every morning. And it's a very small 1-minute video. You can create that video using software like Camtasia or even free software like Jing. That's Jing. And you can just tell your fans that follow these steps to ensure your post will be seen first whenever they open up Facebook. Let's go back. The last thing that I want to talk about and wrap up Facebook pages is post scheduling. So let's assume that we have written a post. Okay. Now you can publish it and it will go out instantly, or you can click this button and schedule it for a future date. The advantage of this is that you can, for example, over the weekend write 6 or 7 posts and schedule them to go out during the working week so that you don't have to be there to ensure that your posts go out every day. A good Facebook post strategy is to have 1 post a day. And if you have to follow that, then either you get onto Facebook every day and write a post, or on a Saturday or Sunday, maybe spend an hour or 2 writing a dozen posts and then scheduling them in this manner and ensuring that your new Facebook page news feed is full and posts are going out as scheduled. Alright, so this wraps up Facebook pages and how to create an optimized Facebook page which you can use as the page from where you will advertise. The focus of my creating a Facebook page is not as much for day-to-day engagement with your fans, because keep in mind organic reach of your post is only 2%, but you use a good Facebook page which can be a springboard for your Facebook advertising later. Thanks, and if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'll try to respond as soon as I can.